Hi everyone. So today we start a journey of healing our inner children. Okay. So over the next 100 days, I'm going to walk you through this process step by step through practices, through reflections, rituals, maybe, and whatever downloads I get, I will share with all of you because I want you all to connect with your inner child, nurture your inner child, and then fully integrate with your inner child. So when I started my journey a decade ago, actually 11 years, I had no clue what an inner child was. And over the years, having worked on myself, having done intensive inner work, and then working with people, I have realized that the inner child is that part of us that really forms the foundation of who we truly are. You know, whether we accept it, whether we reject it, whether we want to understand it or not, it's not something, it's a part of us, by the way. Let's start with what an inner child is, okay? So it's not just a memory, okay? Like, oh, when I was 10 years old, when I was 5 years old. No. That inner child is actually a part of you. It's literally the core that forms your identity. Okay. So it's that part of you that has wonder, right? Has innocence, has fears, has unmet needs. And what happens is that inner child, that part of you, when it was that certain age, generally 0 to 10, and even in the womb, when there are certain experiences where the child doesn't feel seen, doesn't feel nurtured, doesn't feel loved, that unmet need can then show up in your adult life in various forms based on your experiences, based on your family background, based on your basically your life. So it's going to be different for everyone. Okay. And that's why I want you to be on this journey with me so that you understand what your inner child is telling you, right? Because the way the inner child shows up, for one person, it could be a trigger, for another person, it could be a process of healing, right? But one thing that's to the core of inner child healing is that you start to accept various parts of you that you didn't even know existed. And if you're wondering right now, I don't know if I have an inner child, anything, anything that triggers you, is that inner child telling you that there is something that you experienced either in the past, or there is something within you that did not um, heal this part of you, and that's why you're getting triggered. So there's this inner child within you, that's why you get has unmet needs, and that's why you're getting triggered. Okay. So let's start. Let's dive into. I'm going to give you a little bit of introduction of, like, going deeper into what an inner child is, what happens, where are these experiences coming from. And then we're going to do a small um, process to integrate all the information. Okay. So I want you to know that the inner child that you have, okay, like I said, it's a part of you, right? An inner child is also Anisha of yesterday. An inner child is also Anisha of the last minute. So all our versions before this moment are actually our inner children. Okay. However, having said that, um, 0 to 10 is quite an important age bracket where the experiences we have then kind of dictate what we then experience as an adult. Okay. So, for example, when you feel hurt, okay, when someone ignores you, that's your inner child saying that I felt invisible once before. Okay. When you feel overwhelming joy for something, like something small, trivial, that's your inner child saying, I still remember how to play. Right. So this child has two sides to it. Okay. One is the wounded child, right? That carries the pain, the unmet needs, the fears. And the second one is the magical child. Okay. So the magical child holds creativity, joy, imagination. Yeah. So most of us as adults ignore these children or these parts of us. Okay. We rush, we perform. Just think of a day that you spend, right? We get up, we are on our reels, right? And then we are rushing to work or we are rushing to whatever we are doing, right? We cook, again, watching YouTube, and then we rush through the day. We go to the gym, and there also we're not present. Then we're eating, we're constantly watching something, and we're always on text and whatever. The point is, you're not mindful, you're not present, right? So if you're not present with ourselves in the current version, imagine all these parts of us that are inside us and how we ignore these parts of us, right? Because there is this deep part of us that wasn't seen, say, at age 5, and that not being able to feel that love then can now manifest in broken relationships, can now manifest in a boss that's horrible, can now manifest in a mother-in-law that's making your life difficult, can now manifest as somebody who was really mean to you when you were a child. There are so many different manifestations of this particular unmet need of this child, actually. Okay, so let's do a guided practice right now, and let's meet our inner child today. Okay, so close your eyes if you can, wherever you are. Be seated. Do not be driving or doing something while you're listening to this. Just sit down somewhere. Be mindful. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Relax. Now imagine yourself walking down a gentle path, and at the end of the path you see a small child waiting. And as you walk on this path, there are big, huge trees on both sides. And you can see the sun, the light from the sun piercing through these trees, and you can feel that warmth on your face while you're walking. And you know that there is a little child, small child, at the end of the path. You keep walking, and while you're walking, you can also feel the breeze, the cool breeze blowing away your hair and making you feel relaxed and more relaxed as you keep walking, right? Right at the end of the end of the path, there is a small child, and this little child is you at a younger age. So whatever age comes to mind, it could be 5, 10, preferably below 10, and that's you at the end of the path. Notice how old you are. Look at what you're wearing. Look at the expression on your younger self. Try and sit next to this child. See how the child reacts. See if the child wants to look at you, wants to shake your hands. See if the child is comfortable with a hug. Notice how the child reacts. Take a moment to simply be with this younger version of you. And as you look at this child, just say to this child, I see you. I'm here for you. You are safe with me. I see you. I'm here for you. You are safe with me. Notice how the child reacts. Maybe they smile, maybe they cry, maybe they're just staring. Whatever happens is absolutely okay. And as you look at each other, just spend a few breaths simply being present with this inner child. No fixing, no pushing, just presence. And when you're ready, imagine holding their hand and saying, We are going to go on a long journey together for the next 100 days. And I promise I won't leave you behind. And now take one more deep breath and slowly, 3, 2, 1, return to the present moment. And now, after this practice, I want you to journal on certain questions so that it helps you understand what came up, why it came up, and what things are, coming up for you to work on. Okay. So the first question would be, what did my inner child look like today? Right. So for some, it would be a 4-year old, for some, it would be a 10-year old, whatever it is. Right. How did they feel when I saw them? Right. So when your eyes met, how was your inner child feeling, or what did you think the inner child was thinking or feeling, right? And when you were there in the presence, what did you feel the inner child wanted or needed the most from you? Yeah, write freely without censoring and let your inner child's voice come through. Okay. So once you're done with journaling, once you're done with this practice, I want you to understand that today, with this small practice, you met your inner child. And maybe you just meet one inner child, right? And that's good enough because that's the inner child that needs to be worked upon. So don't panic. Don't feel like, oh my God, there are so many other issues that I have. And sometimes you feel that you have certain issues, right? But an inner child comes up that is absolutely not in your unconscious, not in your conscious mind. And you just feel like, oh my God, I didn't even know that this issue existed. And that'll happen. We just focus on the one inner child we meet today, and that's good enough, right? Because let's not get into perfection. That's what is actually the enemy of our inner children, right? Just try and go with the flow, right? Just show up for them as if the healing is already happening. Only your presence matters, nothing else. Let's not complicate it. Yeah. And with that, I want to wrap up today's call. I hope this made sense. Just keep it simple, don't complicate it, go with the flow, do the process. All your inner child ever wants is your presence. And if we all learn to be present with ourselves, that'll be the biggest achievement that we've ever had in this lifetime. So thank you. See you tomorrow with another day of inner child healing. Till then, signing off, Anisha Dutt from Zarya Healings.